Welcome back to another video on Influence of Sports. Now today's video isn't sports related. Now tomorrow I do have a sports related video. It's a wrestling video. But this video we're gonna focus on something else. I'm gonna give y'all a deep dive, let y'all really know like more who I am. Like y'all see I got this custom made, got a chain with my name on it. Then I got the bracelet to match it. Then my senior ring got the name on it, and it got these journalism symbols on it. Like, my real name is Eduardo, but I just like to go by Ed. Simpler for most people anyways, so I just rock with it. Influence of Sports. I really forgot how I came up with that, or somebody told me to, or somebody gave me the idea. But yeah, and like I said, I showed y'all the ring with the journalism symbols, because I want to be a sports broadcaster. I'm in 12th grade right now, in this final semester of high school before I go off to college. I live in Arkansas. I was born in West Helena, Arkansas. Lived there for 5 months. Really, probably the most dangerous city in Arkansas, and they have bad water. And so me and my parents, we moved to North Little Rock. Been here all my life, basically. I'm the only child, no siblings. And yeah, and it's definitely had my fun moments here, not so fun moments being in Arkansas. But I like to travel, and I just I'm gonna definitely get into that in this video, how much I like to travel and the different places I've been. But I'm going to University of Akron for college, getting an annual $5,000 scholarship, so that'll be $20,000 over the 4 years I'm at college, majoring in business, sports analytics. I got this right here. Then it's like a checklist of things that you should do when you go to Akron. So I'm gonna definitely make sure I do that, moving from a different state. And yeah, it's kind of far away, and I don't have any family up there, but that's kind of the goal. Like, it was definitely other colleges I looked at, but I want to go somewhere away where I'm completely on my own, just really get away, experience something new. And I think it's going to be a fun experience. I'm ready for it, excited to get college started, ready to get senior year over with. The senior year ain't been too bad. AP Stats has definitely been, I regret taking that class, but I probably would have had to take it in college anyways. So better to get out the way now, I guess. But yeah, it was other colleges I looked at, and I'm gonna get into that too. But I think University of Akron offered me the best opportunities, to be completely honest. And they got some cool internships, and one of the classes they got during your senior year is taught by people in the Cleveland Brown staff. But I want to get into sports broadcasting. I want to have my own show on ESPN. And shout out to all the people that have helped me collab with me, like Dave and Sam from Wrestling with Things, Rage Man Reg, Black Couch Booking. Check all their channels out. Make some dope wrestling content. Reg, he do some dope gameplay. And then all those guys, they know wrestling, no basketball, no other sports that y'all don't even know about, because y'all just think they do wrestling and stuff. But they definitely know some other sports. Try to get them on some more, do different collabs and stuff. So shout out to them. Just hit 100 subscribers recently. I'm at 114 as I'm recording this. So shout out to everybody that subscribed. Thank y'all for being here for the journey, because it's just the start of things we can do in the future. I got and reached out to people, and I have been denied about a potential collab. I mean, shout out to Couch, because I reached out to him about a collab, and he was down with it. I sent him the channel, and he was like, cool, he'll do the collab. Has been somebody I reached out to, a more known person, do a podcast. Not gonna say the name. And they was like, you just gotta wait until it's your time. Don't really know what that means. Like, if my channel is just not big enough for you to collab, just say that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We move on. But I love talking about sports. I love commentating sports. Like, it's 3 books about sports that, and I can get to those right now. I got this. Yeah, it's 3 books that I have, and there's some other books that I have too. I'll read the book about Medusa. If y'all weren't here like a few months ago, I did on one of my podcasts. I did a review about the Medusa book, the woman who would be King Medusa or Alundra Blaze in WWE, or WWF at the time, WCW. It was an autobiography, and I read that to get to know more about her, and I learned about the robbery that she had with Sherry Martel and what she went through, and her and Sherry Martel being in the All Japan Women's Company. I really never knew much about that until I got into reading. And I've never been a person that was big on reading until recently. And then I understand the impact of it, because like these books, they help me. Like if I want to pursue this field, then I should know this information. I should get my knowledge up, read some more. And I think it was valuable doing that. Not Your Average Girl, the Becky Lynch book. Not Your Average Girl. Obviously, Becky Lynch, my favorite women's wrestler. So I had to check out her book, learn some more things, learned about how she wanted to put over Shayna Baszler, but Vince wasn't going for it for some reason. And then hearing the story about her, how her and Seth Rollins ended up being married. And that was a fun book. I enjoyed both of those books. And then the book that I just recently reviewed, the Scorecasting book, The Hidden Influences Behind How Sports Are Played and Games Are Won. I did that book review with Rage Man Reg and Dave. That was on the podcast when I reviewed that book. And it was cool, some of the lessons that I learned in that. Like I feel like that's going to be valuable for me going into a field of sports broadcasting and things of that nature. And then I've always been a wrestling fan. I've always been a sports fan too. I got these belts. Got the old U.S. title belt, and I got the new one, the one that Austin Theory had. I think I got it around the time he was champion. We got the old tag team belts. I actually got two old ones, because I also had the blue SmackDown one. Then as far as AEW goes, I got this belt, and this isn't all the wrestling gear I got. Those are the big belts. I got like a smaller case with wrestling belts in it. I like the smaller belts. Definitely got to fill that collection up. I got 5 of those right now. I think can't show out everything because that'll be a lot. But yeah, I've always loved wrestling. Randy Orton, John Cena, and The Miz. Those were the 3 wrestlers that got me into it. But AJ Styles definitely became my favorite wrestler, and still is to this day. So nobody's going to replace AJ Styles as one of my favorite wrestlers until he retires. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Becky Lynch, like I said. And I obviously know people say they stopped watching it when they found that it was fake. It's scripted. It's not fake, because a lot of the moves that they do, like a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They put a lot of work into that. Like y'all see the bumps that Speed took at the Royal Rumble. Like a lot of people aren't willingly going to sign up for that. So shout out to Speed for that. Like I said, been a wrestling fan for a while. I was watching with John Cena and Randy feuded around 2009. I was like 2 or 3 at that time, because I was born in late December. So, well, close to like mid to late December, but that's not the point. But yeah, and then other sports that I got into when I was younger, basketball, of course, a LeBron fan, and I've always enjoyed watching LeBron play. But my favorite player is Trae Young. Seeing him at Oklahoma, seeing him shooting long-range threes, just being an elite playmaker, Trae Young became one of my favorite players, and he's still my favorite player to this day. Like as soon as he got drafted, whether he stayed with the Mavericks or ended up with the Hawks, I would have been a Trae Young fan regardless. And I would still been with the Hawks, been a multiple-time All-Star. Just fun to watch. I love Trae Young. A favorite baseball player, Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. He's a fun player to watch. I got his jersey. My favorite team is the Cardinals, because I was like, since my dad is a fan of St. Louis Cardinals, I'll be a fan of them too, and that's why I'm a fan of the Cardinals. But Julio Rodriguez, I do rock with. And then favorite NBA team, the Lakers. Young D'Lo, it was him, Kobe around that time, Nick Young. Even though they were bad, they were a fun team to watch, and I enjoyed watching them play. Then favorite football team, the Eagles. It was around Carson. When Carson Wentz first came into the league, that's when I became a fan. Him and Alshon Jeffrey, and then him having that phenomenal season, his second or third year, and leading us to the first seed. But unfortunately, being injured and Nick Foles having to step in and seeing them win the Super Bowl, that was a fun experience. Also had to experience the season we went 4-11-1. That was Jalen Hurts' rookie year, where he only played 3 or 4 games. And then that next season, we really saw Hurts and Devontae Smith. That rookie year, we had him in 2021. So I've seen the Eagles go to 3 Super Bowls and win 2. So I can't complain too much as an Eagles fan. I've seen the Lakers win a championship and acquire Luka, so I can't really complain as a Lakers fan either. As a Cardinals fan, who've just been a mediocre baseball team. They've gotten to the playoffs a few times, but they haven't been deep into the playoffs. But I remember my first time watching football, it was Super Bowl 50, and Von Miller and the Broncos, they went crazy that year, seeing them win the Super Bowl. Marvin Mims, him and the Broncos now. One of my favorite, probably my favorite kick returner in the league because he's explosive. I love Marvin Mims. And then Lamar, I've been a fan of him since he was at college at Louisville. Definitely rock with Lamar, one of my favorite quarterback in the league. And then the other sports, like y'all see me cover other sports, like I'm getting into volleyball, hockey, bowling, golf, getting into all those different sports because I want to be the best and most diverse sports analyst of all time. Like I want, when people are talking about who's the greatest sports analyst, I want my name above Stephen A. Smith. When they're talking, when talking about Stephen A. Smith, Colin Cowherd, and Skip Bayless, like all these guys that spew out bad takes and that's what they're known for. Like I want to hear my name. I want to hear people talking about Ed for the takes that I make, for the way that I break down games and different things of that nature. Like I want to talk about it all, and wrestling gonna be included in my show too, because most of these shows they don't talk about it. I know Pat McAfee does, but obviously he's got ties to WWE being a commentator. None of the other shows talk about wrestling. They'll get Cody Rhodes here and there, but I want the Kofi Kingstons, the Xavier Woods, the Dominic Mysterios. I want people like that. I just don't want the main star of the show. I want the people that's in the mid card scene going crazy to be on my show. So I definitely want to, and the people I shouted out earlier, I want to bring them on from time to time for showing me that love early on. So yeah, like I said, sports broadcasting, that is the dream of mine. Being on ESPN, having my own show, that is a goal I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers on here. I'm trying to interview at least 3 athletes. That is the goal this year. Let's go. But let's shift gears, and it's a Bible verse I want to talk about. It's Ephesians 3:20. It says, "Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according accordingly, the power that works in us." Now let me read that again. Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, accordingly is the power that works in us. And that verse, and had butchered it, so I had to say it twice. But that verse just lets us know that God is always working in us. Like even if it's a down moment, that we should rely on God to make sure we're straight. And I've been reading the Bible. I started from Genesis about a week or two ago, getting into it. And this is my own Bible right here. Got my name right there. My old boss gave it to me. And like God is always there for you. He always has a plan for you. But let's get into my old job, since I told some people about it. I didn't tell many. I mean, with my old job, I worked at it was a Christian youth organization. It was an after school summer day camp type thing. I did it from the summer of 2021 to the winter of 2024. And I enjoyed it. Like working with kids, it was a fun experience. It was definitely challenging at times. The kids ranging from 1st through 8th grade, and I did a lot of different stuff like field trips, taught life skills, just had fun, like different gym games. We'll play basketball sometimes, do kickball. The girls had their own dance club, and they'll do performances at the end of the summer, end of the school year. And sometimes I do miss the kids, but what I don't miss is most of my co-workers and the boss, because the boss isn't really professional at all. But I'm not gonna dive too deep into it. I'm just say value your mental health. That's why I ended up leaving that job. Had to value my mental health over everything else, and I finally decided to let go. And I'm gonna definitely go back and visit sometime in the summer, because it wasn't nothing against the kids. It was just working with the people that I did and the boss that I worked for that was messing with my mental health, and I couldn't stay in an unprofessional environment like that. But the job is it's other ones, as Urban Promise, it's other ones around the world, and we took trips each year to the Urban Promise Summit, and we would go to New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey. And in New York and Pennsylvania, we would kind of just like chill and hang out, like explore the city. I hate Pennsylvania. You will never see me in Philadelphia again. They cannot drive there. There's no way I should be on the far end of the sidewalk and almost get hit. But okay, New York is also way too big. I don't like being crowded around that many people. But New Jersey and Delaware is cool. I enjoy both of those places, and that's where the summit and stuff was held at. Or like the different urban promises, they met up, got to know each other, talked about the different strategies and stuff they did with their kids. It was different classes and stuff. And I always took that moment serious. I'd take notes, try to apply those lessons to how I was working with the kids that I worked with. And it was a cool experience and visiting other urban provinces to see how they work with their kids. It was fun. So through that job, I was able to go. I've been able to go to 4 different states, 3 different times. So it is a cool experience. But and then there's still some people, but it's a few people I'm still close with from the job that I still talk to. But at the end of the day, I had to value my mental health. And then also through the job, my boss, she took me to Texas one year. We went to Delaware. No, we went to Baylor. It was I went to speak to a class. It was like 70 students in that class. Then I was able to speak perfectly fine. I thought I'd be nervous, but I wasn't. And then it went well. Baylor has a cool campus, but it doesn't have my major, so it wasn't really an option when it came to me going to college. But yeah, it was a cool experience. Then I've also been able to, then back to a sports thing, I've been able to go to different sporting events. I've been to a WWE Raw. I've been to a Dynamite. I've been to college football and basketball. I've been to minor league baseball before. I really want to go to a WNBA game. That's one. Haven't been to a WNBA, NBA, or NFL game or an MLB game. Definitely want to go to some of those. I've been to some youth basketball. The kids I work with, they on some of them go to different schools. They on different teams. So I enjoy popping out, seeing them. I don't think the youth basketball was really ran well as far as like the coaching goes, but I did enjoy getting to pop out and see some of the kids I work with from time to time. Go out there and try their best. Then some others. I've been to Washington D.C. once. It was for a lawn CSI program because when I was younger, I wanted to get in. But not too long ago. But when I was first entering high school, wanted to get into lawn CSI, be a defense attorney. But I realized it wasn't for me, and my true and the trip was fun too. But I realized my true passion is being a sports analyst, doing this, covering sports, breaking down sports, and then eventually having my TV show, sharing my opinions with the world. And then Tennessee, I've been there a few times to visit some family. I think I've been to the zoo, the Memphis Zoo. That was a cool experience. Went to Branson, Missouri with my cousins once. It was one ride. I forgot what it was, but my soul left my body. I won't get on that again. I don't know if I ever go to Branson again because it's kind of just a resort spot, but it was a cool moment. Arizona, I went there as well. I went to Phoenix, Arizona to visit Grand Canyon University. A cool college, but unfortunately they were in a lawsuit, and I'm not taking that chance of a college being in a lawsuit and going there, and I don't know what could be going on with my money. And the woman kept pressuring me to commit. Like I just the day after I visited, the woman texted me like, "Are you ready to commit?" You gave me no time to think about any other colleges or visit any other colleges, and she was constantly pressuring me to commit to GCU. And I was like, you know what? I'm not committing. I don't think I'm going at all. So I ended up deciding I'm going to Akron. Uh, but yeah, and then to the sports thing, I don't think I mentioned it, but I have over 19 jerseys. No, I have 19 jerseys exactly through baseball, football, and basketball. So yeah, and then some other stuff. I got this like cookbook here. I'm gonna try to learn how to cook before I go off to college. And I still have time while I'm in college, but I definitely want to learn how to cook by the end of the year. Be able to make some stuff for myself. The hot dogs and noodles combo isn't going away. I still enjoy it, but that's not what we're talking about here. And then I've been reading this book, The 620 Man. This is a fun book. I don't know if I'm gonna do a book review on it. I might. If y'all want me to, let me know in the comment section. But essentially, it's about a suicide that became a homicide investigation. And the main suspect is Travis Devine, but he wasn't the one that killed. Was the one that killed the woman who was his girlfriend. That I'm not gonna dive too deep into it. I'm on chapter 33. I'm 170 pages in. I've been reading 2 chapters a day. I missed one day of reading, so I read 4 chapters today to make up for it. So now I'm all caught up to where I should be on the book. But I definitely gotten into reading. Been trying to read every day, reading books, reading the Bible, just making sure I'm doing that. This kind of like a life update thing, just letting y'all know who Ed really is. This was unplanned, but I was like, I figured why not. And now y'all saw the ring. Like I said, my name is Eduardo, but I go by Ed because it's simpler for most people anyways. going to, once I graduate from high school, heading off to Akron from college. So I'm gonna be moving from Arkansas to Ohio. So it's gonna be a long way from home, but I'm excited for it. I'm ready for a new journey in my life, and I have 10 goals that I set this year, and only said two of them, which is interviewing 3 athletes and reaching 500 subscribers. There's other stuff, but I'm gonna do that in silence. And once I, not gonna say nothing until I accomplish those goals. So those are the two that I'm gonna let y'all know about. The other 8 that I'm gonna accomplish that in silence. I'm not saying nothing until I accomplish those goals. And if I don't, then I don't, and we reset for next year. But leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if y'all want more videos like this. Me doing a deep dive, like who I am, doing like some life type content. Yeah, that's it for the video. Peace.